Okay, so I've already cased, make sure your sponges are clean. I've already cased my projects here. This is an example that I did earlier. I was going to show you guys. So I screwed up, as is inevitably going to happen at some point. And after I was done freaking out and melting down about it, oh, they are here. I thought you guys were gone today. That's why I was doing the video. It's okay. We're going to keep doing the video. Come back and watch though. Okay. So, the mess up where I did the letter sideways because I'm blind and I couldn't see the little teeny tiny letter that's right here that shows you that you've got it going the right way. I missed that fact. Oops. Okay. So I've got it lined up with my guidelines, and I'm just gonna go back over it. You wanna make sure that it doesn't bounce because the lines underneath it are different. But when you put another one over the top of it, it's gonna the smooth part of this one is gonna kind of press that out. So I got it deeper on the left side, so I'm gonna do it again, and this time I'm gonna kind of like tip my thing, not as hard, and so now it's deeper on the other side and it corrected it more clearly. Does that make sense? So you kind of have to compensate. That's still not quite how I want it in that bottom corner, so now I'm going to do it again, and I'm tipping it towards that back corner and just gently tapping it, and now that's darker and it kind of covered that up. Then the spoon, okay, there's a spoon and there's a ball. The spoon and the ball. The spoon you can use to kind of smooth that, and it's going to compress your leather back down and make the mistake less obvious. Doesn't mean it's going to take it out all the way. There are other things you could do to solve that problem. If you are going to do a texture, I was planning to do a texture around my letters, around the outside, so that the letters stood up in space and the negative space around them was pushed back down in. But because there's so much texture here and here, I could do the texture inside my letters and it would cover that up completely. Does that make sense? So there's problem solving to be had. So after you melt down and freak out, realize that it can be fixed. Okay, so guidelines. I used my ruler and put my line in. Okay, so I've got the line, I drew the line in with the pin, and then I came down and I did a double line, so I got a border. All right, then I used my swivel knife that I need to get a teeny tiny screwdriver for because it keeps pulling out of there. There's a little screw in this, so if this ever comes out like that just did, there's a little tiny screw there, so you need like a jewelry screwdriver, and it just screws tight, and that's what keeps the thing in. So when you're using this, make sure that you are tipped forward at an angle. It's already angled, this skinny one is already angled, and you're gonna draw over your pin line that you just made, okay? And that's my guideline. So now as I put these letters on, I know I already did this for a couple of you, but if this is the center of my space, I've got 3 letters to the right and I've got 3 letters to the left. I put my heart right in the middle, so this is how it has to set up, okay? So as I proved last time, double check and make sure that your letters are all facing the right way. Check for the little letter down here. I can't even see them. This is an older set and they've got a little bit of corrosion, so just double check and make sure that that's right in the center. Got my O and my R. Make sure you spell your name right. Also very important. Okay, so I've got Taylor. Okay, so all of these have to be lined up straight with my guideline that I put on there, and I'm always going to start in the middle. This middle is split, so either to the right or the left, it doesn't matter. You're going one way or the other. Now I'm paranoid. Yes, okay. It doesn't hurt to double check because, again, you either double check or you problem solve. Those are your options. Okay, I'm going to Hold that in place carefully and firmly. Tap it light to start. I'm gonna check it. It's good. It's a little crooked. Yes, it is a little bit crooked, but okay. So when I do this one, I'm gonna tip it to make sure that it is completely straight. That's the A. Yes. Okay. So you see what we're doing. And as you are sure you're in the right spot, my T, there's something on my surface. Okay, check those three. They're good. This one could be hit again at the bottom edge because it's not quite as deep. And this is the high quality, attention to detail. You wouldn't purchase something that didn't look nice and even. You would want it to be great. It takes 2 seconds right now while you're here to find that spot again. Put that back in there. I've noticed it. Take care of it now, okay? Because you want this to be something that, I mean, these wallets will last years and years and years, so you'll be able to carry them for a long time. So I would continue doing that, and then when I'm done, same thing. Trying to make my video not as long. You're going to line up so that you're straight. Now this has lines on it, so I'm lining up with the edge of my wallet to make sure that this is a straight line across the wallet. So I'm lined up over here. Everything looks good over here. It doesn't hurt to visually check it, okay, because it may be off somewhere else. And then you're going to draw your line with your pen, leaving whatever space you want. I think I want a little bit more space now that I looked at that. Doesn't look quite right. Oh, come on. Okay, so you draw your line, because remember your line's going to be up a little bit. It's a ballpoint. Still lined up. And then you go on with your design. So now when you're doing these kind of designs, again, I'm using this bottom line as my guideline of where to line up that design. Make sure that you experiment. Where's my experiments? Here's my experiments. Okay, so I experimented on here. I tried 2. I didn't like 2. I liked the 1, and then lining them up. And then I had the heart separate. And then I tried the heart with the sunburst over the top of it because I thought that it needed some kind of texture around it because these had so much texture. And then if you restamp the heart back over the top of it, it'll smooth out anywhere that you have. Like with these kind of things, there's texture here, there's texture here. But if I want to pick up the texture out here, all I have to do is like hold that out and tap it, and then it's not going to go over my heart as much. Does that make sense? So all of these are adjustable one way or another, either by tipping it, by holding part of it off of the leather, or by tapping softly and just doing like a little bit, okay? So as you practice, make sure you're practicing before you do it on your final. You shouldn't do anything on your final for the first time. Any questions? No? Okay, there's 3 sizes of letters.